From the New Hope Ice Arena for Northwest Suburban Conference boys hockey. A good matchup for you tonight as the Osseo Orioles pay a visit here to take on the Armstrong-Cooper Wings. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, kind of exciting for both of these programs to see some success right now. They're in a lot of ways in similar spots, you know, lower numbers maybe than what they used to have. Armstrong-Cooper combining this season, but both are working hard and getting some things done. Both have 7 wins coming in and have been playing well of late.
They really have been playing well as of late. Osceo's 4-1 in their past 5. Cooper Armstrong is 4-0 in their last. So that's been a good blessing because they've been up and down, up and down. This will be a good opportunity now in a conference scenario to get back and see what they can do. And Armstrong-Cooper really needs this one conference-wise.
Osseo went up to Warroad like they always do around the holidays, and they came out with 3 pretty nice wins. You know, anytime you beat Warroad in Warroad, regardless if it's one of their best teams or not, I mean, that's a good win for their program.
Well, it's funny, when you get ahead up in Warroad on them, all of a sudden you're getting about 5 penalties in a row, and you know, but they were real pleased with that. They haven't done that in a while. They're going up there and actually beating Warroad on their own ice, so they're feeling pretty confident now. They played well for all 3 games. That was the other part of it, is they play a good game, they wouldn't play the next game very well. They put 3 good, solid games together.
Armstrong-Cooper confidence boost a little bit too with, like you said, that recent winning streak, but they're also putting the puck away a lot more than maybe when we saw them earlier.
When we saw them earlier, they're averaging 3 goals a game. In this last 4 games, they're averaging 5.25 goals a game. That's a huge difference, and they're really starting to get to it. But they're getting gritty goals. They're getting people in front of the net. They're tipping. They're doing the garbage goals and working it. And you know what? No matter how it goes in the net, as long as it goes in the net.
Talk about key players to keep an eye on in our contest tonight. We'll start with Osseo, and a guy that kind of has done a good job on the back line. He's not going to be a guy who necessarily scores a lot, but Boone Almquist is somebody they'll rely on quite a bit here tonight.
Well, you know, consistency on defense is key. It's the #1 thing you got to have. He has it. He's smooth. He works well in the defensive zone. He can get the puck out. He can lug it if he wants to. And he works hard on the power play and all where they need him up top to really drive things. So we'll be watching him tonight.
And for Armstrong-Cooper, Trey Rooney is a guy with probably their most skilled player overall. He's really started to light things up of late here too.
He really has. He's had a slow start to the year, although he's been on that top line for them. His line mate Gilbert's helped too, but he's finally starting to find that net and putting it away, and they depend on him. He came in with a little bit of a reputation. He's skilled, knows his stuff. It's just putting it all together now, and this is the time to do it.
All right, an important game, as we said, for both these teams. I know they both come in feeling like this is one they can win, but they know their opponent's about on their same level here tonight too, so it should be a great contest. It's the Orioles from Osseo taking on Armstrong-Cooper up next here on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
That's low. That's low. That's low. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
Welcome back here. I think Osseo probably glad they didn't have all that far to go to come down to New Hope tonight. The road's very treacherous and slow in the Twin Cities this evening after the snow we had and blowing snow. And Osseo has been coming to this arena for a long time to play Armstrong, of course, and then this year the co-op now with Cooper. There's a look at Derek Linderholm. The senior will be in net here tonight for Osseo. See what he's done so far this season. Even that 4-4 record. And I'd like the save percentage up to be a little bit higher, but they feel like, you know, got a chance to stop some pucks here this evening. And again, they're coming in with a good burst of confidence after that trip up to Warroad and pulling out I think they said first time in 7 years that they had won that tournament up there. So there's a look at Kevin Willey, one of the co-head coaches for Osseo, and always good to visit with Kevin. Was a really good player for the Orioles. And then Mark Pino, another Osseo grad and co-head coach for the Orioles, and went up and played up in Midgey. Kevin played at St. John's. And Dan, I think it's kind of cool, and I imagine you might feel the same, being that your son Kyle played there. Yep. All of their coaching staff is former Osseo players. Yeah, every single one of them. The alumni is very loyal there, and they love the heritage and then the tradition of Osseo hockey, playing in the sin bin. Get a chance to look at Keegan Odell. And we even get to see him without his mask on a little bit before the game, too. That's the one thing, goalies especially, you don't normally get to see the face, but he's been solid. They rested him on Tuesday night against Minneapolis, but he's played pretty much all the games other than that one you see, and he's had a good year. He's in goal has not really been a concern for them. Yeah, he's been a real solid netminder for them. You can see by the numbers he's putting up above 90% save percentage, you know, just a little over 2 goals a game.
Junior defenseman number 20,
And Armstrong's looking here to pull out a victory. They're 1-2-1 in the conference right now. It would really boost them now and bring them closer to Osseo if they can pull one into the win column tonight. So look at Danny Charleston, the Wings head coach. And again, it's kind of hard to get used to saying that. Obviously, girls and boys hockey for Armstrong-Cooper both became Wings this season. So they're, forgive us if we ever say Falcons or Hawks throughout the game. Try not to, but they are the Wings, and everybody around here getting used to that. So we're going to drop the puck in just a moment here as the Orioles and the Wings get set to do battle here tonight. Stay with us. Hockey action coming up next on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please. No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
And welcome back here to New Hope Arena. As last season, these teams, when it was just Armstrong, played Osseo twice and won both those times. The Orioles already having a much better year than they did overall a season ago, and I think they've already, in fact, matched their win total from the last two seasons already right now with 7 victories. And you know, I think in a lot of ways, the way they've divided the Northwest Suburban, you know, it's given everybody on this what's called the West Division. You know, they're all more on the same equal footing. You're not at the level maybe of the Blaines and the Elk Rivers, but at the same time they're competitive with each other, and it's still pretty good hockey. And I think it's, you know, might give both of these programs a chance to kind of get a little shot in the arm by seeing some success too.
There you go, absolutely. I think it was a good setup, and both teams take advantage of it.
Rooney picking it off here for Armstrong-Cooper, whips it over there to Nick Gonrowski. Thomas Barber flips it into the Osseo zone. And here's a pass, and the shot fanned on by Rooney as Gilbert got to it. Thrown back out to center and carried right back in here for the Falcons by Broxton McLeod. They're changing up behind him, but he was able to get it in deep. Almquist back to gather it here for the Orioles. And couldn't get it out initially. Here's Mason Hodla, one of the top scorers for Osseo, and he'll flip it in. Osseo a little bit shorthanded for the first period tonight. They have a few guys that are going to sit for one period for, sounds like not quite arriving on time for one of the practices. So just give them a little reminder, and they're so we will, you know, see things a little bit different line-wise, I think, for them the first period than what we might see in periods 2 and 3. Wings controlling, centering pass here, poked wide by Josh Adams. Adams coming up with it again, but takes a bump there from Jacob Snyder. Orioles looking to break it out now. Max Johnson. Right through neutral. John Rappanek carrying it up the left wing. Odell will save. It's a big rebound. They can't cover it. And a goal.
My gosh.
Armstrong-Cooper. They were waiting and hoping that Odell was going to cover that, and instead they got careless in front. And puck put away by Max Johnson for Osseo. It was a good initial save, but you'll see there are about 3 Wings players here. They could have, any of them could have cleared it. but they were thinking, well, I'll just tuck it over to my goalie, and instead Johnson gets there first.
It was a little bit too far beyond Odell's reach. Jane, I'm not sure he could find it with that defenseman squirming in front of him. And also came in, and nobody picked up the bodies. He came through there, and by God, they put it away and take a 1-0 lead here away from home.
Rappanek will get the assist. It's Johnson's third of the year at 1:28. So really first time in the offensive zone. The Orioles put one on the board. Can't complain about that. Wings trying to get it out here, but keeping it in. Sean Sikowski. Now reverse back the other way to Jack McDonough. Gets the pass away and then tipped in Alex Stager, and that's going to be an icing call here against the Wings. He was just on his side of the red line there, and we will bring it back into Odell's end here with another face-off as you get another look. Well, the Wings would like to have this one to do again because, you know, by all rights, they should have been able to cover this one, but give Johnson a lot of credit. He went to the net and you're right, dirty goal. Yeah, and he, for whatever reason, he seemed to be able to find the puck a lot easier than either of the defensemen, and sometimes that happens. But I know the Wings would like to have that one over again.
Well, take them any way you can get them, and you got to plug that defense up. It's kind of surprising because they actually play pretty good defense.
Almquist, a shot from the point. Odell the save, and then it was spinning. Puck was played by a high stick here, and now it's going to be called, and the faceoff will come outside the zone. That one had a lot of spin on it after Odell had made the save, and it was a little dangerous again out front as Almquist was able to get it through from the point.
Well, just some good, nice puck movement by Osseo, and Almquist just gets it off, goes off a defenseman's leg here into an Osseo forward, and he kind of sticks it out front again to see if he can maybe get an opportunity. A little too high, though. You know, Osseo hasn't had trouble scoring goals this year. Last year, they had a terrible time putting the puck in the net, but this year their problem is keeping the puck out of the net.
Huge collision at center, Hodela and Gilbert. And both pop right back up, though, so that's good to see. Now a turnover, a chance. It goes by Alexander. Almquist picks it up. And he tried to go high stick side, but missed the net. Osseo, again, dangerous here. And intercepted by Rooney. Got it over to Barber up the left wing. Thomas Barber battling through a check. Barber to the net, and it rolls all the way through. He couldn't quite squeeze off a shot. Barber very strong on his skates. Not necessarily the fleetest skater, but tough to knock off the puck.
Are you kidding, Jay? He's freaking huge. Oh my gosh. I'm sure a lot of guys would just stay out of his way.
Almquist back to gather it here for the Orioles. Now Hodel will turn and backhand it high in the air into the Armstrong-Cooper zone. McDonough getting there first for the Wings. Spun away from a check, then fought off another one. McDonough, I know you really liked him the last time we saw them. They turn it over in front, though, and jab back out to center. Alec Johnson throws it in here for Osseo. Good work on the forecheck in the corner, trying to free that puck up. Is Anthony Fetzik working hard there. Now thrown through the middle, and this one misses everyone, but they're going to wave off icing. Osseo will come back to play it. I think Linderholm thought that was going to be an icing call too. Barber throws a check at center ice and knocks Rappanek off his feet. Picked up again by the Wings, and turnabout is fair play. A solid check by Max Otto. And then thrown in, Odell knocks it to the corner. Otto working hard in there to free this one up. Otto comes out of there with it. Gets a shot, not much on it, but a stick save. Now it comes back over to Barber. Otto knocked that one out of midair as they tried to spring Rooney. Now thrown on net, Odell deflecting it up into the netting, and we get a whistle to stop play with 12:15 to go. Let's watch this hit right here. And a clean one.
Gosh. That was really the first good hit by Osseo. They've been taking a couple of hits. I wasn't quite sure how physical this game was going to be, but it's obviously going to turn into one here.
Orioles win the draw, but it pops back out to center. Pass fanned on, but the second try gets it out of there anyway to Stikowski and thrown right back in. Cameron Perna couldn't quite get it out. Now it is Almquist coming away with it for Osseo. Got it ahead to Otto. Here's Otto in, and he fires, and Odell closes the pads and makes the stop. We'll get another whistle. You know, it's been interesting, Dan. I think we've probably seen a little more offensive zone time overall for the Wings, but whenever Osseo gets in there, they're getting a pretty decent attempt away.
Well, they're not afraid to fire the puck, and what's doing well for the Wings right now is Odell. He gets outside that crease area real nice and cuts down the angle. I mean, he's not having any trouble. They're shooting it right into his body because he's giving him nothing to shoot at. That's when it gets away from him. He's got to make sure he shuts it down and doesn't give the rebound there. That's what's killed him.
Adams banking it ahead. Down he goes. And he's a little banged up as he heads to the bench. McDonough taking a check. Chopped out of there as Kyle Sweeney knocked it back, and the Orioles regroup through center here. Ooh, and there's a big collision as Hodala gets into the body of Gonorowski. Have to have your head up here tonight, it looks like. We're going to see some hitting.
Well, I think the stone's been set here, Jay. We're going to see a little old-time hockey. Kind of take the body out and let's play, boys.
Hodala throwing one on net. Odell with the stop. And then a turnover out front, but it's given right back. Stager sending it over now to Jay Norgard. Norgard shooting, and that one got through, but missed the net. Wings trying to keep it alive in the zone here, but flipped back out on the backhand by Max Johnson, then dumped on in by Fetzik. Fetzik trying to fight off a check here. And thrown out front. Stager blocked that, and then a dangerous play. Tried to bring it out front there in his own, in front of his own net was McLeod. Now McLeod throwing a check and floated back down the rink. This is going to be an icing call against Armstrong-Cooper. So Osseo started to kind of take over a little bit here. They do have the only goal of the game so far as well. 10:20 to play here in the first.
Well, this second line of Johnson, Fetzik, and Lyons has been very good tonight. I'll tell you what, they got the first goal, and Repanak also has been playing on that line a little bit. He's one that sprung loose in the first goal.
Almquist pushes it back in behind. Otto over to it here for Osseo. Takes a check. And lifted back out to center by Rooney. Almquist right back up with it though and throws it right back in. Odell stopping it behind the cage. Over skated there. And then they come up with it eventually anyway. Now Rooney. Trey Rooney putting it on the tape of Barber right up the middle. Barber trying to split the D, but chopped away by Perna. Rooney in behind the net trying to dig that puck free. Cross ice pass intercepted there by Adams just off the bench. Now McDonough weaving between Orioles. McDonough trying to get one to the net, but it didn't quite work out. Now he blocks the clearing attempt though. Throws it back down low. Holscher back there working with Adams for Armstrong-Cooper. Otto trying to get the puck out of there but couldn't. And thrown right back down to the corner. Here's Perna to play it for Osseo. Gave it up, but then the centering pass hit the back of the net. Adams throws it right back into that corner here for Armstrong-Cooper as they try and keep that forecheck pressure on. Kept in at the point, but not for long. Here comes Otto. 1 against 1 on the rush. Otto bumped off it as Gabe Gower was able to turn him just enough there.
Very nice check on that one, Jay. Really nice check.
It isn't always about smashing somebody off their feet. It was just kind of redirecting him more than anything right there.
Yep. Just get him off the puck and let things go where they are. Ooh.
See, Armstrong-Cooper right now has had trouble breaking the puck out, and they're also, you can already see that they're wary of being hit a little bit. They've taken some hard checks when trying to make that first pass out of the zone. Hodla floating it ahead. It's off a skate, but able to get to it is Rapanek. Puts it on goal. Odell with save, and then there was a trailer coming. Couldn't quite get his stick on it as he was being tied up. It's loose in front, and it goes between Hodla's skates, and then he goes down. Flip back into the zone by Kirchhoff, and you get the stoppage here because Hodla's down on the ice.
Yeah, and he looks hurt, and I didn't see how he got hurt, whether he got slashed on, but good pressure here by the Orioles again, just peppering pucks and getting in front and working it. We'll see him here right now. He's kind of, all of a sudden, he just kind of goes down.
Yeah, it was hard to tell from that play what exactly happened, and he's obviously been a key performer not only this year but the past couple for the Orioles. And as that puck went between his skates, he just kind of slowly fell to the ice. So obviously it looks like something to do with the leg, but beyond that, it's hard to really say.
Well, let's hope the young man can come back tonight. I know he really wants to play. And now that's an ankle or a knee right there. It's so weird in hockey to see things like that too, because those skates just give, so much, but sometimes they don't give, and that's when you kind of get tweaked, and all of a sudden, wham! And now you got a problem. So.
Draw in the Osseo zone, and Gilbert and Barber coming on late here to join this line. Gilbert wins the draw to Trey Rooney.
That's
right. Rooney out front for Gilbert. Ooh, and a nice stop there on the redirect as Linderholm was ready for it. Carried in. Oh, a great pass out front. Turn and try, and couldn't get the pass on target there. Fetzig, as he was turning, he had to turn. McDonough might have gotten, I was going to say got away with one, but he didn't. It's going to be a cross check on McDonough of Armstrong-Cooper as he got one up into the upper back or shoulders area there from behind, and he's going to go.
Probably take a look at this here. Surprising for McDonough. He's just a good, smart, heady hockey player. Good rush here. Good 2-on-1 setup, and they almost got the connection coming back, but it didn't work there. And they got it back down low again. And I think McDonough just got a little frustrated.
Right there,
yeah.
Here's Almquist firing Odell to stop, but he couldn't control the rebound. But now, well, they couldn't quite get it out. Almquist able to keep it in nicely at the line. Rooney had visions of a shorthanded rush here. And now the Wings able to throw it on out. Linderholm stopping it back there for Perna. See, we'll get this power play going. Almquist zipping it across. It goes off a skate and right back to Perna. Perna fanned on it though, couldn't get it in deep, and it's sent back down. And heading off on a change there was Lyons. Now Almquist leaving the puck for Alexander. Right back around it comes to Almquist. Perna carrying it up the right wing side here. Banking it off the end boards. Gower gets to it first, but good hard work there on the forecheck. Frees it up by Alexander. Back out to the point they'll come. Across to Almquist. Flipping it down low. Otto lets it go through. And Barber gets to it and is able to send it down the rink for the Wings. Almquist back to pick it up here. 40 seconds to go in the man advantage. Osseo with the power play. They lead it 1-0 here. A little over 6 minutes to play in this first period from New Hope Arena. Otto. Pass, it's hopping over the stick of Rapanek there. And Rooney able to float it back into the Orioles zone. Justin Clark back to play it here for Osseo. They try and get that power play set up, put out front, but broken up there. As Nathan Linderholm of Armstrong-Cooper got to it. Oh, a chance for a shorthanded opportunity. They couldn't quite free it up though. Almost a 2-on-1 shorthanded. And the penalty has expired now. McDonough's out of the box, and no real great chances for Osseo on that power play.
Just a nice tenacious penalty kill by Armstrong-Cooper here, Jay. They just were not going to lose the one-on-one battles, especially in their own zone. Did a nice job killing it off, and now they're getting some offensive zone time.
Holscher takes a check in the corner. Adams getting it back for Holscher. Puck's loose in front, and they couldn't get a clean stick on that one as Adams, actually I think two Armstrong-Cooper players kind of battled each other for it. Now a penalty coming up on the Wings again as Otto was knocked down from behind here, and we are going to get an elbowing minor coming up, and it'll be back to a power play.
That was a bit of a frustration penalty right there.
I'm sorry, penalty coming up on Otto. I believe I said it the other way around. Yeah, Otto getting in and getting the arm up a little bit.
Just let your anger get behind you about 10 degrees more than it should have.
So, power play for the Wings. There's a stop by Linderholm.
Well, this would be a good chance for the Wings. They've been only running at about 19% on this power play. They got to get better numbers on that.
Gilbert knocked the clearing attempt down, but then the next one is out. 4:35 to go here in this first period as McDonough takes it from Odell. McDonough leading the power play rush, goes left side with it. Gilbert will leave it for Trey Rooney. Rooney circling to the front. Screen in front, he puts it weak side and tapped in by Gilbert. They had Barber camped in front, and then Gilbert sneaking back to the far post, and Rooney waited patiently. You know, there's some in the crowd that are thinking, shoot, 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 and then he found him, and Gilbert taps it in.
Now watch Rooney now. He's got his head up. He's looking at his point. Now he's looking to see what he's got. He's looking right down there, and he finds Gilbert, and just a beautiful pass there. Standing right behind the Osseo D. I'm not sure the Osseo D knew he was there. That was as pretty as you can draw it up, Jay, right there. So nice goal by the Wings here, getting this game tied up and taking advantage of their power play. We were talking to Coach Charleston before the game, and he said that's going to be a vital element in the game. They got to get their power play going.
McDonough will get an assist along with Rooney on that power play goal, the 10th of the year for Gilbert, so he's into double digits. Osseo will rush the other way, but broken up and thrown right back out to center. Snyder controlling here for Osseo. Perna's second try will get it in. Banked around here to Gomrowski for the Wings, and misfired with that pass. Not much of an angle to go up the boards there. And it will be icing against Armstrong-Cooper as we'll come back into their zone. So see if they get a little jump now from tying this one up, and a nice power play goal.
Yeah, Coach Charleston there, he's got to be pleased with that. They had a tough year starting on that power play. Boy, I'll tell you, it's been nice to get one here for him, I bet.
And covered up by Odell. We'll get another whistle inside the wing zone here.
Well, both teams are really trying hard to spring loose. You saw a pretty power play goal there with an assist, but I'm wondering a little bit, you may talk about not trying to be too cute a little bit. Just go ahead and fire that puck.
Flip back in, and Odell can't quite get to it. They will reverse it back the other way with Nathan Linderholm of Armstrong-Cooper. Flipped into the Osseo zone here. Rooney and Almquist racing for it. Almquist able to shield him off and get the puck over there to Sikowski. Pass tipped to center by Otto. Put onto the tape of Stager. Alex Stager firing, stick save Linderholm, and then able to get the glove over the top of that rebound here to force a face-off. 2:35 to go in the first. Both goalies been pretty solid here so far. You know, a rebound or two given up, but
well, he hasn't been tested too hard. They've kept him away from a good shot inside, but Armstrong made an adjustment here, Jay. Cooper Armstrong did. They're reversing in their zone now. Is that Osseo forecheck really in the beginning of the period was really pinning them in. And they made an adjustment. They're purposely reversing right now and getting it out a lot easier.
Pad save on that slap shot from the point, and it was a good one by Bronson McLeod.
Yeah.
Fight for it in the corner as it comes off the wall. Orioles able to come away with it here. They bring it in. Pass out front, knocked away by Norgard. Back to the point, they couldn't get it out. Gower chopping it around, back for Norgard. Osseo again keeping it in, Snyder, but now played by a high stick. And we'll come outside the zone here, a minute 53 to go, and all the way back into the Osseo, into the rink.
Some pretty tenacious battles there on the board. It's been, I think both teams are feeling the pressure of a conference game here. Now it's, you know, they've been through the holiday tournaments, and now they're getting back into conference play here now, and every point's going to count here. And it's important for their seeding in their sections.
I think kind of as we expected coming into tonight, relatively equal talent-wise. You're looking at, both teams having their moments of really controlling things a little bit, but I don't think one's, clearly a lot better than the other by any stretch. Off the draw, the Wings control it, put out front for Adams, and now it pops high up into the air and into the netting, and we'll get another whistle here as you don't generally think about winning a faceoff to the outside in that corner, but I don't think it was really by design, but it worked out nicely for them to generate a chance out of it.
Absolutely.
Pretty good read of that play, I think, by Nick Bolsher. Right place, right time for sure. Orioles looking to break it out. It bounces off the stick of Scott Bartholomew, though, and sent right back in. Boone Almquist back there to play it. Adams, though, takes it. Comes back to Adams, but the Orioles then come away. Pass gets through everyone, or was deflected apparently there as McDonough goes to the corner with Max Johnson. And they rough it up a little bit in the corner there. Referee, a good long look, and play goes on. McDonough wanted to throw a check, but Max Johnson had fallen, so he didn't have anything to hit anymore.
1 minute remaining in the first.
We go under a minute to play in the first as they fight it out along the wall here. Good job to keep it alive by Fetzik. And now a penalty coming up to Armstrong-Cooper as we'll get a trip, presumably here. And it will be power play time for Osseo again here late in the period.
Well, there's that Fetzik-Johnson line again, Jay. I'll tell you, they just have been dominating or working hard in the attack zone, and their forecheck has been tough. They get it down low, and they keep it down low and create opportunities for themselves. And here's another penalty on the Wings, but look at the move coming through here and just kind of had his legs completely taken out from under him.
Kyle Sweeney goes for a trip. So this penalty obviously will go into the second unless the Orioles score here. Rooney picks it off, but then got a little too confident with the puck, and it leads to a rush the other way. He just thought he was going to rag some time, and somebody was behind him that he didn't see. Flip back into the Osseo zone there, and Perna will pick it up. Fetzik carrying it. Barber gets enough of him to knock him down. And now Almquist will pick it up again here for the Orioles. His pass hit Barber in the leg, and then offside as having fallen into the zone there was Alexander, and he was getting back up and trying to get out but couldn't quite make it. So only 6 seconds to go in the period. And the period's going to come to an end here. So the penalty time will carry into that second period.
Good even period between the both. I think it's a tied score, and the Wings will have to kill off a minute 12 of penalty when they get back in, start the second period. But I think both coaches pleased with that period by their teams, Jay.
So end of one, it's 1-1 here. Osseo and Armstrong-Cooper will be back in just a moment here at New Hope Arena. Hear from one of the coaches with our third member of our crew, Lindsey Gensel, right after this.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Welcome back here to New Hope Ice Arena. 1-1 tie after one period. Let's go down ringside now to Lindsay Gensel.
Is now Coach Willie right out of the gates for you guys. A huge opportunity for Max Johnson on a misstep by Armstrong-Cooper in front of the net. Put you guys up 1-0. Unfortunately, the Wings come back, tied up during the power play, but a lot of good looks for the Orioles tonight. What do you guys need to do in the second period to take a step above the Wings?
Well, I mean, I love our energy right now. I mean, we're flying out there. I know. I mean, obviously they got a couple skilled guys, and we got to stay out of the penalty box. We can't give them any extra opportunities. But I was really happy with the way the boys played the first period. I mean, on our goal, that John Rapanek had tons of speed, great smart shot in the back door, and Max Johnson hammered it home.
Thanks so much, Coach. Best of luck in the second period.
Thank you.
Well, we'll hear from Coach Charleston after the second period, but a tie game, something that we saw coming into tonight, two teams evenly matched, and Coach Willie said it before the game, it's going to be a good one tonight.
Thanks, Lindsay. So a 1-1 tie, and Osseo, of course, losing a key player there. Looked like Mason Hodla going out with an injury, but they'll be getting some reinforcements a little bit who sat through the first period as well. We will be back with our first period highlights and then more hockey here from New Hope Ice Arena here on a cold January night. Osseo and Armstrong-Cooper tied up at 1 apiece on 12 Sports.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back here to New Hope, and obviously we have some good boys hockey teams in the area and also some pretty good girls hockey teams out of the Osseo School District 279, in particular Maple Grove Crimson girls still undefeated on the season, ranked second in Class AA. And on this week's Sports Jam show on Channel 12, Jason Melillo caught up with the Crimson. Here's a look at that story.
Abby Larson is one of only 6 seniors on the Crimson roster, and her last year of high school hockey has been a blast so far.
It's my senior year, and just winning all of our games so far really has paid off, especially all of our hard work over the summer and everything, so it's great.
Maple Grove is undefeated in 16 games this season and won the Dinah Holiday Tournament last week.
We have a team that plays together, and I feel like it's just a lot more there's no drama on the team, and coaches are great, and the team is playing super well together, and so it's been a great start.
Winning makes everything a lot happier. We're getting along, and at practices we've been just trying to get better, so we keep winning, and it's been a lot of fun.
Sophomore goalie Brianna Blessy was fantastic in the Edina tournament. She stopped 40 shots against Breck in the championship game.
You know, she made huge steps, and you know, I think a lot of people saw what she's capable of. She's a fantastic athlete, and it came out this weekend, and it showed.
It really shows how our team has really come together from last year. We were ranked second in state, but I think that it really shows more when we play against teams like this that are actually big competitors and big names.
Haley Herdeen and Lauren Kaufman also play on the MG lacrosse team, as do a lot of girls on the hockey team. The Crimson earned its first ever state tournament berth in lacrosse last spring, and the girls' chemistry on the field has carried over to the rink.
I think you learn a lot about your teammates when you're places other than hockey, the girls that play lacrosse, you know, I see them at a different sport, and depending which is, you know, how they act at their sport tells you a lot about them, and you learn stuff about them. And then coming from lacrosse, it's helpful to come to hockey because you just know them even better.
I think lacrosse and hockey are a little bit similar too, but just like the sportsmanship and like playing together, I think is similar. And I think we've just all most of the hockey girls are on the lacrosse team. We've played together, and I think that's really helping. Just like, I think that is helping the chemistry a lot, just kind of knowing where people are, and yeah, I think that's helped.
Maple Grove knew it had the potential to be a very good team this winter, but the Crimson has probably exceeded its expectations. Still, they stay focused and hungry by remembering the way last year ended, a loss to Wayzata in the first round of the section tournament.
Obviously, like, we have potential to go farther this year, so I think, because we did lose last year in a way, it kind of pushes us to want to, like, go farther and stuff. Because we have the ability to go farther and go to state.
Our section's super good, and I think we need to work hard now, because that's what Rob's been doing to us too, working us super hard now, so we can be really strong when it comes to sections. So that's helping a lot too, just skating really hard every day. And I think everyone is super motivated because the whole team wants it this year.
Thank you very much, Jason. And the Crimson are actually playing Wayzata tonight in a rematch of that Section 6AA quarterfinal game that Wayzata won last year. Trojans also a top 10 team this year, so look for highlights of that one Friday coming up on 12 Sports. Well, as we said, we're 1-1 through one period here at New Hope, and let's take a look at some first period highlights here. And here is Osseo getting an early chance. The rebound not covered, and Max Johnson is only too happy to take advantage there for Osseo as he puts that one away. A minute 28 into the game. Pretty good opportunity here by Max Otto, but Odell is able to slam the door right there, and then they generate another chance here. Big rebound came out and just cleared out of there. Getting back to play, it was Kirchhoff. Another good opportunity right here, and this is the play where Hodla was just going down there where he was injured. They missed on the rush here, but then a power play for Armstrong-Cooper, and they convert. Trey Rooney across, Corey Gilbert knocks it in from the weak side post. Great setup there, and that's where we stand right now at 1-1. The shots slightly in favor of Osseo. The Wings have taken 2 penalties in the first period, and Osseo took 1. We will drop the puck for our second period coming up in just a moment. Thanks for joining us for Northwest Suburban Boys Hockey here on 12 Sports.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back here to New Hope Arena, along with Dan Ficken and Lindsey Gensel. I'm Jay Wilcox. Osseo and Armstrong-Cooper tied up at a goal apiece here. And Kyle Sweeney of Armstrong-Cooper will still be in the box here when the second period begins. 1:12 left in his tripping minor from late in the first. So Osseo a chance to take that lead back. And overall, what are your impressions of that first period, Dan?
No, I really thought it was a well-played first period. I thought both teams accomplished what they kind of wanted to based on what we talked to the coaches about at the beginning of the game. And really a good game all the way around. We'll just see who can keep up the tempo and the pace now, and we'll see what happens when Osseo gets their players back now this period. And if that really adds to their attack, getting a goal right early would be pretty good. Get them back in the lead again, put the Wings back on their heels a little bit.
Unfortunately, as we suspected, Mason Habla has not come out for this second period. He was unable to put any weight on his ankle, and not going to see him anymore tonight. And hopefully it's not a real long-term kind of thing for both his sake and for the team, because he's obviously a nice part of their attack.
Oh, he's their second leading scorer, and well, I'll tell you what, you don't want to be losing your second leading scorer here.
And he wears the C out there too, which you know that can be an important thing, obviously, within a team too, not just you know the ability-wise, but.
Well, if I know him, he won't miss a game. He will be on the bench as much as he possibly can, and he'll be at practices, doing his captain thing.
We did see, you know, a total of 3 penalties, and obviously staying out of the box is important. But I thought overall, despite the fact that there were some big hits, I thought the guys did a pretty good job of keeping their cool and not retaliating for the most part.
Yeah, I thought both teams were very well disciplined. I thought the physical play that they did was good and clean and done well. And the penalties that came were, you know, kind of errant things. Just good calls, but nothing vicious or nasty or lack of discipline.
Yeah, I always feel that, too, that, you know, it's that fine line. I mean, obviously, you don't want to be shorthanded. You don't want to take penalties. But I feel like if you keep going through games and never take penalties, that probably means you're not playing hard or physical enough sometimes, too. I mean, penalties can happen. And speaking of that, we're going to see that right here at center ice as an interference call. It was a little shot to the lower back coming through neutral ice. And it will go against Armstrong-Cooper, and obviously Danny Charleston's not too thrilled with it. It's going to be McDonough. Watch right there. Got him a shot in the back just after the puck had left.
I'll be interested in seeing what this call is going to be.
He gave it an interference.
Okay, you're right, Jay. I saw 2 guys in the box. I forgot one guy was already there.
Back out to the point. Here's a drive, and that one just skipping up. Not sure if it hit Odell or even the crossbar. It might have hit Odell, and it gets back up and out of play, so it must have been off of Odell. We will get a face-off here. Boy, a great opportunity for Osseo. 5-on-3 for another 42 seconds, barring any further penalties, obviously. You know, I think in the second look at that, I know Danny Charleston was not happy with it, but I think that's a call you have to make.
Yep.
Back out to the top. Here's a shot, and Odell making a save on Ben Christopherson, who did not skate in the first period, one of the alternate captain and top scorer for Osseo. He gets the shot on net there from the point.
So the only thing, Osseo's getting good control of the puck, but they need to get in a little tighter here because they're allowing, you know, Keegan Odell to really use that crease to his advantage there. He's getting out, and he's not giving him any angle to shoot at.
Here's Christopherson. He fired. Oh, a big rebound. And then Odell tried to put the glove over it and couldn't. Gilbert getting it for Rooney as he tries to get it out and does. But still a dangerous situation here. 5-on-3. Fetsick They're now carried into the backhand. Oh, a beautiful move there by Zach Heiser, but he missed the net.
Oh my gosh.
And now thrown all the way down the rink. First penalty is over. Sweeney's out of the box, so now just a 5-on-4. And puck tipped into the corner there by Rudy Alexander. Almquist pinching in, but it's picked off by Barber. Barber sending it ahead. It's broken up, though. They probably should have just dumped that one. Here's Almquist. Almquist avoids a check, fires, and Odell came out to cut down the angle and meet him. Now it wound up right back in front under Odell, but it was played with a high stick by Osseo, so wouldn't have counted. I briefly lost sight of this one, and all of a sudden it's next to Odell again.
A nice move by Almquist there, and you can't see where it went. All of a sudden it's sitting right down.
It was Christofferson who brought that one up out of the air and just, how about I throw it back at the back of the goalie and maybe it'll deflect in, and it almost happened, but would not have counted anyway. Off the draw, Orioles control it. About a half minute still to go in the power play here for Osseo, but it was a 5-on-3. They got one good chance, but overall, Armstrong-Cooper has kind of weathered the storm fairly well, at least so far. Trying to get it out, but the swing and a miss. Nice spin away there by Heiser. Now down low. Controlled again here by Max Johnson. Out front for Almquist. Barber gets to it and sends it on out.
Boy, Thomas Barber used his body so well that time to block off the player and get control of the puck. It was just used that big frame of his to just really dominate that one-on-one play.
Barber putting it across. Rooney, one hand and then gets the other on it. Rooney throwing it back out to the point. McDonough tried to go down low with it. Now it's overskated and a rush the other way here for Osseo's Eric Lyons. Has to avoid a check. Lyons to the backhand, then it gets tied up. He and McDonough battle there. And then controlled by Rooney, but had his pocket picked there by Chase Funfar. Now back the other way, though, comes Rooney. Gets it into the corner, but takes a check. Orioles able to gain control, then the pass back, misfired, but Furna is in there to play it. He took a check. Kept in at the line and bounces right back in behind the net. Two-on-two fight along the wall there. I know a lot of teams really practice that a lot too. You know, how are you going to come off that wall and how are you going to defend it? Lifted back out, and this should be an ice if it has enough steam on it to get there, and it will. So we will come back into the Osseo end of the rink.
Well, we've had Jay, I think this game's showing a lot of good grinding hockey and a lot of good flow hockey. I like the way the Orioles flow through the zone, and so both teams are kind of playing both games when it's appropriate to play that way. And it's been kind of fun to watch here.
Gilbert wins the draw to Barber. Back out to Gower at the point. That one missed the net. Thrown out front, and it's in. It'll be Barber who gets it for the Wings, and they lead it now 2-1. Not only do they get the big penalty kill to start the period, now they get a goal, and Thomas Barber was out front and able to redirect this one home.
Well, Thomas Barber decided he owned the front and just did a beautiful job of using that wide reach of his. Yes, he's a big body, but he's got tremendous reach. Look at him come around here. It's underneath the defenseman there, and he couldn't push it off. It just drops it in the far corner. What a nice play by Thomas Barber.
Number 22, Thomas Barber. The lone assist goes to number 18, Corey Gilbert.
Gilbert will get the assist on Barber's 5th of the season at 3:51, and Armstrong-Cooper back in front. I think they, kind of gained some confidence maybe from killing off those penalties too, and did a solid job. Barber really working hard, as you said, in front. Gilbert trying to free that one up. Orioles come away.
Here we go.
Breakaway, and here it is. Shot sailing high, though, from Christofferson. And then a big collision back behind the play. Faceoff's going to come all the way out of the zone. Another look. Christopherson elected to go high with the shot there.
I don't like it. Doggone it. Make the goalie make a save, for heaven's sakes. Quit missing the net. I'm sorry. That's a personal peeve of mine, Jay. Just, if nothing else, it comes off as a rebound, and who's ever following up can pick it up. But don't miss the net. Come on. Okay, enough of that. Sorry.
Orioles able to control the draw here, and then the pass misfired on, sent ahead, and here's an opportunity again now. Max Johnson, and Odell will save the rebound is in.
There you go.
Rappanek puts it away, and Osseo ties it up.
Nice play here. Guess what? The initial shot went on the net. Made the goalie make a save, bounced down, rebounds happen. Now watch the shot here. Max Johnson, nice shot, makes the goalie make a save. It bounced off the pipe, came back out. Oh, opportunity presented itself right there for Rappanek, and he puts it away to tie the game. You ever get the feeling that one team's going to walk away with it here, Jay? It's going to be this close for the whole game. And the Orioles come back with a nice goal, a good grinder goal, and tie game 2-2.
Max Johnson, of course, gets the assist on that goal by Rappanek, which will be his third of the season. Orioles trying to get the puck on out, and now it does squirt out to center, but picked up by Generowski, and he'll throw it right back in. Around the horn, and a couple of wings come after him there as the hitting's starting to pick up again a little bit. Here's a rush for Osseo. Alexander fires, he hits a pipe. The inside of the far pipe, in fact, and a big long rebound, but the wings got to it first. Now Christopherson trying to pull the trigger. Wings getting all bunched up in their own zone there. Now it pops back out. Rush back the other way for Norgard. His shot, nice block by Perna. And then they were changing, so the trailing pass hit Christopherson. Alexander throwing it on in for the Orioles. Gower picking it up. Out to center. Rooney trying to get it. Now he does get it to the corner anyway, as Barber went to the net. Playing it for Barber. Barber overpowers somebody for the puck there. Now back up to the point. It's off a shin pad. Rooney trying to track this one down and chip back out and into the wing zone. McLeod back to play it as Osseo changes up. 2-2 hockey game, and it's been a good one. Barber's second try gets it in, but they were offside. Gilbert has to retreat and touch up there. In fact, he's going to head all the way off. Max Otto going to the net here. McDonough there first, and they chop it to the corner. Rooney coming away with it. Got it over to McDonough. McDonough will flip it on in. Holmquist floating it over there, but the wing's able to pick it off, but not for long as Max Johnson swoops in to take it, but he gave it away to McDonough. McDonough right along the blue line. It pops around in the air, and then the shot attempt by Sweeney goes wide into the corner. Nice job to keep it in, Gunrowski. Right down the slot came Adams, but Osseo is ready, and now a chance to get a break the other way. But that pass misfires as we go end to end. Breakout pass, hit a skate. Now Gunrowski comes away with it for Armstrong-Cooper. Gets the shot, and Linderholm the stick save, and then pounces on the rebound as following his own shot there was Gunrowski.
Well, I'm looking at both teams here, and we talked to the coaches ahead of time, and one of the things they said about the Osseo coaches said that they were really proud of the consistency throughout their lineup of guys getting scoring opportunities and scoring, and we've seen that tonight. Second line putting most of the scoring in, and of course the big line for Armstrong getting the scoring and getting it tied up.
Rooney's shot attempt blocked. Spins away from a check here. Trey Rooney firing. Whoa, and that one stopped by Linderholm, and then a big collision out front. As Gilbert went to the net hard, Osseo didn't like it. Barber came in to defend him a little bit. See if we'll have any penalties coming out of this. At first glance, it doesn't look like it, but that may not be the case. Kind of a sneaky shot here. That one nearly beat him stick side. And then you see Gilbert kind of piling a defenseman into Linderholm a little bit there.
Do you think it's kind of easy to move Thomas Barber out from in front of that net, Jay?
Yeah, I don't think anybody was really going to step up and, you know, get in his face or anything there. But to his credit too, he skated away. You don't want to necessarily be the last guy that everybody sees to deliver a hit either.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's Alexander, tried to drop it back, but a good play by McLeod to sliding break up there. They get it right back. Oh, and pushed just wide. Fetsick was in tight, and he just missed the net. That one was going to be by Odell, but he missed it wide. Christofferson putting it out front. It's off a stick there. And that one goes back down to the corner. Pops high in the air. Wings trying to get it out, but can't do so. Off the end board, Christofferson trying to center, but that one's deflected. Now tapped ahead. Here comes Rooney. Rooney trying to beat the D, goes in after it, throws it out front, shot and a goal. Kyle Sweeney looked like Linderholm might have gotten tangled up with his defenseman a little bit. He ended up giving up a pretty big half of the net there, and Sweeney just off the bench converts Rooney's pass for the goal.
What a pretty play. You know, Rooney coming down, making a good move, kind of loses it. But watch what he does here. Look at, he took that look right there. He knew who was coming. He didn't even have to look out front. Got the puck right on his stick. Nice pass, and Sweeney just buried it. Nice play by Rooney there. That's you know, he's got a little bit of that, more of that skill stuff. He does the right thing. He looked ahead of time, and then he made the quick pass because he knew where the guy was without looking. Well, we've seen a couple pretty goals here by the Wings. They weren't getting that earlier on in the season, Jay. They set up a pretty play, but they couldn't bury it. Now they're burying it.
Rooney gets the assist, and a good one it was on Sweeney's goal. And Linderholm was just a little bit slow. I'm not sure what he got. At first, I thought maybe he'd gotten tangled with the defenseman, but he didn't have the angle very well. There was a lot of net to shoot at.
Yep.
I think maybe he thought the puck was going to go back the other way behind the net or something. He just was a little slow getting in a position there. So a 3-2 Wings lead. Here comes Osseo. They answered right away after the Wings took the lead early in this period. And they'll try and do so again. Flip back into the Osseo zone. Almquist battling there with McLeod. McLeod able to chop it back in deep here. Picked up by Zach Heiser for Osseo. Heiser forced back the other way. Now trying to bring it out. Uh-oh, had his pocket picked. Gilbert, then his pass hit Almquist. Gilbert gets it right back. Penalty coming on the Orioles. Gilbert turns and fires. Goalie off now, and now the puck will be touched, and we'll get our penalty call coming against Osseo. The Wings really buzzing out front, and the officials just kind of double checking, make sure they had the same call there, but it's going to be against the Orioles.
That was a big call. That was just Armstrong using their size advantage. They do have a size advantage in this game compared to the Orioles, and just dominating front of the net, refused to be moved and getting a penalty out of it.
Max Johnson will go. I believe they said high sticking there. So yep. Wings are up by a goal and now get a power play opportunity as well. And they will bring that Gilbert, Rooney, Barber line out there to see if they can't put another one on the board.
Well, this is just exactly what Osseo didn't want to happen. They want to stay out of that box.
Well, they're going to call interference rather than a high stick there. So he was trying to clear bodies out front, but the puck was not there yet, and both officials saw it. Here's Rooney circling, putting it out front, trying to get Barber, but couldn't quite get his stick on it. Now Gilbert. Gilbert controlling it here for the Wings. Back to the point, Sweeney, and that one deflects over the net. Trey Rooney controlling for Armstrong-Cooper. Rooney down low to Gilbert. Now he'll come back out to McDonough. Had a little trouble with it, but keeps possession. Gilbert to Rooney, throws it on that short side, and the stop by Linderholm, and then again bodies into the net. Gilbert trying to get up and out of there as Osseo didn't like it. A little jousting out front.
Let's see McDonough here. He'll actually get it back. 18 gets back out in front there, and he just kind of will not be moving. The defenseman just throws him into the net. which probably isn't a bad play. It allowed Osseo to get a line change. That's why I like Gilbert so much. I mean, Rooney's on one side, he's on the other, but he does all the other small things too that really add to their line play.
Coach Charleston asking maybe could there have been another penalty there? Maybe, maybe not.
Yep.
Not getting the answer he wanted there. Back out to the point it comes. Wings trying to keep this power play set up here. Their second group is on now. And maybe a hand pass there. Is trying to keep the puck in. Going to a knee was McLeod there, but he played it with his glove. So
that's big for the Osseo Orioles. That takes it all the way down into the Armstrong end.
You know, better safe than sorry there, though. If that puck bounces by you, it could be trouble. And I don't think he really intended to play it with the hand, but
it's also a natural instinct to try and reach out and kind of right it, too, despite the fact your body's in the way, you know.
Flip back out to center. Osseo ragging some time here, shorthanded. Heiser.
Oh, my.
And he fans on it. Now put out front, knocked back out of there. Barber will play it down low. Here's Rooney, that first power play unit back out there. Across. Sweeney, shot save, and then the rebound just knocked away by Heiser. They're unable to get it out, though. 15 to go in the man advantage here. The Wings up by 1 and looking for more. Rooney to the front. Trey Rooney, and we're going to get another penalty coming up against Osseo. So they had a hold of him. Now Gilbert playing it back for Rooney. Back to McDonough. First penalty is now over. Tip try in front. Puck still loose. Here's Rooney shooting. And Linderholm got a piece of that one, I think. Penalty still forthcoming here to Osseo. And now they get the touch. And we will get our penalty called as Rooney carried the puck through the high slot and they hooked at him. And the penalty is going to be a slashing call against Rudy Alexander right there.
Right there. You know, they talked about that before the game, both the coaches from Osseo, Willie and Fino, about, you know, they've been having trouble with the slashing penalties. They've been getting a little too cute with the sticks. So they had to run some Herbies for every single one they did this week. And there's one they're going to run again.
So the Wings right back on the power play. The first penalty again did end, but they're on a 5-on-4. Holscher back out to the point. Now takes the return pass. Had it jabbed away, though. Orioles still not quite able to clear it. Oh, and a dangerous pass at the blue line there, and it's knocked out of the zone. McLeod back to pick it up as he was pursued by Fetzik. Not the result the Wings wanted there, but it could have been worse. That pass across was a dangerous one. And hammered back down deep by Chase Funfar for Osseo. 4.5 minutes to play here in the second period. Armstrong-Cooper leading it 3-2, and they're on a power play, the second of 2 in a row. Now it's Adams up the left wing side here for the Wings. Took a check, but got the pass away. Now Holscher. Holscher spinning off the wall here, kept possession. Puts it out front, and a redirect try there. Wouldn't go. And the Orioles able to clear it down the rink, and now a race for it with Otto and McDonough. Wings come in as Gilbert swoops in to pick it up. Now Trey Rooney coming hard up the right side. Rooney trying to toe drag it to the front, and he was checked down. Now Barber behind the net to Gilbert. Floats it to the point. Sweeney shooting, rebound loose, and Barber's try somehow didn't make it all the way to the net. Somebody got a stick on that one. And a near miss there for the Wings. McDonough to Rooney, but right back out it goes. Good hands there by Heiser. And that's going to about do it for the penalty.
Well, I'll tell you, though, we were talking to Coach Charleston beforehand about dirty goals. I'll tell you what, they're getting dirty goals, too. The guys are standing in front, and they're just making it hell for that Osseo goalie.
Here's an opportunity, and a shoulder save there by Odell. Then he got knocked down. The rebound loose, and then put in. Christopherson missed the net, but Max Johnson did not. As Odell tried to scramble back into position, Johnson will have his second of the night, and we're tied up.
Max Johnson making up. He started the initial shot. Had a golden opportunity right here. Christopherson missing an open net, but bounced back up front, and there's Max Johnson, and he puts it away. Making up for that penalty he took a little while ago, so that's the way to make a comeback. We're going to have another penalty here, or are we just getting the assist?
I think they might be talking about the scoring.
Yeah. Well, as soon as one team gets a goal, the other team tends to follow up on it. Back and forth game here. Really?
Now, obviously a Max Johnson goal there.
Yeah. No doubt in my mind, I saw number 9 take it.
Christopherson missed on that first shot. Probably should get an assist, but it's pretty clear who puts this one away.
Now here's 8, Christopherson out front, taking that shot, missing the net, and then we see number 9, Max Johnson, coming out in front. See, yep, and he puts it in.
So a 3-3 hockey game, and seen a little bit of everything tonight here. Good close battle, physical play, some penalties here and there, some good saves, and some good goals. Odell, that's a helpless feeling when you're out of the net and there's bodies in the way and you're trying your best to hurry back into position. He probably, felt good that the first shot didn't go on net, but Johnson was able to win the race to the rebound. And now we get another penalty call coming up, as we will see an elbowing call against the Wings, I believe. Yep, they are going to get, looks like Bronson McLeod is going to go.
Oh, no. I know you're upset, but don't do that. You could get another one here. There's back down behind. And just a little bit of an undisciplined play with the elbow up now. So Osseo gets a chance to go in their power play.
Back out to the point here. We're going to get another penalty coming up against Armstrong-Cooper, and they're going to call an interference.
On Jack,
Will Lawson,
Gilbert.
It looks like.
Corey Gilbert's going in. That'll be a big loss for the Wings.
Oh, it is Gilbert.
Yeah, he's their face-off guy. Oh, my.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
no, you can't come in and take a run at a guy like that.
But he called interference and the puck's at his feet. To me, that was no penalty. So a 2-man advantage and nearly full 2 minutes of it for Osseo. 3-3 game, but the Orioles a grand chance here to go back in front. Across it comes. Oh, and Odell just got a piece of that one on Fetzik's shot. Fetzik again with it. Fires. That one's high off the glass. Back pass, didn't have much on it. Barber clears it. Here comes a shorthanded rush. Thomas Barber shooting, and the save made. 2 men short. You don't see too many 5-on-3 shorthanded breakaways.
Well, Osseo's taking the shots from way too far outside, and it's just taking a big bounce and took him in a bad position here. They never should be. You got to get that puck down low in a 5-on-3.
And McDonough able to throw it out. Boy, the intensity has been here all night, and it's even bigger right now. I think everybody realizes how big this sequence can be as far as the whole night. 2-man advantage for Osseo in a tie game. Under a minute to play in the period. That one possibly could have been another penalty on Armstrong-Cooper, but they're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And now cleared down the rink. Linderholm out to stop it, but he gave it away. Short-handed, and now the Wings trying to get control. Sweeney will float it back in. Good forecheck here by Norgard, short-handed. He was in pressuring. Almquist carries it into the zone. chopped away from him by Sweeney. First penalty is over. Now put out front. Another pass back and sent down the rink, and both penalties are over, and the Wings fans give their team a hand.
Nicely done.
McDonough back to gather it here for Armstrong-Cooper, trying to spin away from Max Johnson, and that's going to do it for the period. A lively period it was. Each team getting a couple of goals in the second, and after two, it is 3-3, Armstrong-Cooper and Osseo.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Great hockey game so far here. Let's go down ringside now to Lindsay.
So much. Now, Coach Charleston, you guys started the second period by killing a 5-3 power play, and you ended the second period by killing a 5-3 power play. A tie game, 3-3. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, how about that? It's been a great game so far. You know, first, second period, we came out a little flat, but it's 3-3. And, you got to give our kids credit for killing 2 5-on-3s. I don't know if we've had a 5-on-3 called yet this season. But, this year we have this game, we had 2. And you know what? Our boys battled, and we got the 100-foot clears, and we're doing a good job right now.
I'm sure you have a lot you want to say to your team. I'm going to let you go get into that locker room. Best of luck in the third period.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
An update on senior captain Mason Hodala from Osseo. You mentioned that he is not in uniform on the bench. He is actually in street clothes, out walking around, obviously not putting a lot of pressure onto that injured leg, but some good news to see him up and moving here tonight.
Thanks, Lindsay, and good news to hear, in fact, that he's still here and not having to go, immediately for x-rays, things like that. So 3-3 hockey game, and a lot to like for both teams and some things to work on for both teams too here. We'll have a dynamite third period coming up in just a moment here on 12 Sports. Osseo and Armstrong-Cooper.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Welcome back here to New Hope Ice Arena. Good hockey game between Osseo and Armstrong-Cooper. We're in the second intermission here, 3-3 tie in this one here in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Well, we're just into the new year, 2015. Hope you had a great holiday season. And obviously we had a lot of great high school sports in calendar year 2014. John Jacobson put together a story about 2014 prep sports in the Northwest suburbs.
Not everyone minded the long winter of 2014. Wayzata's girls Nordic ski team glided to a second straight state championship, while Armstrong's girls finished second. While it was cold outside, Wayzata's boys swimming and diving team heated up the University of Minnesota pool in March to win the state title.
Shot them and score!
March Madness also included great TV games for us as we watched the Totino Grace boys hockey and Osseo boys basketball teams rally to win section finals, propelling them into celebrations like this. For many, the big story of the winter locally was the success of Park Center's girls basketball team. After 3 straight years of losing to De La Salle in the section final, the Pirates routed the Islanders to reach state. Then 8 days later, followed that up with a state Class 3A championship, a game in which a group of savvy freshmen helped the Pirates capture the title.
We just had to keep believing in everything. I mean, 3 overtimes was really hard to get through. We just had to get through the game and play hard through all of it, and it came out really well. I'm proud of everybody.
Eventually, spring came to Minnesota, and with it, more smiles and victories for local athletes and teams. Maple Grove came oh so close in softball, finishing second in Class 3A. Runner-up finishes also for Wayzata's boys golf and track and field teams. But championship trophies did land in the hands of athletes for Hopkins boys track and field and Wayzata's girls golf.
A tremendous team effort. They're thrilled for one another. They're thrilled for their school. It's a really neat experience.
The popularity of lacrosse, both boys and girls, continues to show. And last spring, a record 5 local teams won section titles. Come fall, it was a long run for Maple Grove's football team.
And he's got it.
The Crimson advanced to the state semifinals for the first time in school history, only to lose a heartbreaker to eventual state champion Eden Prairie, a team that took out a gritty Totino Grace team in the Prep Bowl. On the volleyball court, Champlain Park celebrated a section title, the first for the program in 13 years. Rebels went on to win the consolation title at state. In adaptive sports, the Robbinsdale train keeps rolling. The Robins' current state title streak in the PI division in soccer reached 7 straight years this fall. It's 6 in a row for Robins softball, 4 for floor hockey. Wayzata's girls raced to a 3rd straight team title in cross country, while the Trojans boys cross country team and girls swimming and diving teams made it 2 straight state championships. And that's 4 championships in 2 years for one family, by the way. Bill Miles coaches boys cross country at Wayzata. His daughter Elizabeth Hansen is the girls swim coach. Something for this family to smile about in the new year.
Thanks very much, John. A lot of fun memories to look back at. Congratulations to all the champions and state tournament entrants. Obviously, we could only touch on some of them there, but a lot of great performances in all sports in the Northwest area. We will come back with our second period highlights and then the third period up next here on 12 Sports. Northwest Suburban Boys Hockey continuing from New Hope Arena.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Great night of hockey so far here with 17 minutes to go here. Osseo and Armstrong-Cooper tied up at 3 apiece as we look at our highlights from a very eventful second period. Here's Gilbert flipping it out front, and a nice goal by Thomas Barber there as he reached around the defenseman and just flicked that one in. And then Osseo answering though. Well, Christofferson, first of all, missing high on the breakaway opportunity. And then Max Johnson the shot, a blocker save, and then the rebound put away by Rapanek for Osseo. Here's a near miss there as Alexander hit the inside of the goalpost. And at the other end here is a Rooney throwing it out front, and Sweeney putting that one away, and Armstrong-Cooper retook the lead at 3-2. Opportunity here, nice save, and then another nice save on Barber. So it was, in fact, Linderholm who got that second one. Here's a stop, and then a big scramble from here. Christofferson shot misses the net, but Max Johnson takes it off the end wall as Odell was trying to scramble back into position, and Johnson tucked it away. A shorthand, in fact, 5-on-3 shorthanded breakaway for Thomas Barber, but he kind of ran out of gas there as the D caught up to him and the stop made. Shots slightly favoring Osseo and chances as well, but overall pretty even game here. And you see the Wings have converted on one power play opportunity where Osseo has not been able to do so up to this point. We will come back and drop the puck for the third period in just a moment. New Hope Arena, the site. It's Northwest Suburban Conference Hockey, Osseo and Armstrong-Cooper.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
One period to go here as a tie hockey game, and you see Osseo coming out of their dressing room just a couple steps across the little hallway there and onto the ice for them as they're in the locker right near this the old site, if you will, at New Hope Ice Arena. Of course, the second sheet was added here back, what, 7-8 years ago now, roughly, I guess. And the girls generally play on the other side, and the boys use this as their home rink, and it had some new refrigeration put in. It had to have the original, and then put in here. A pretty big undertaking, but I think it definitely secured the future of this arena a little bit.
Oh, it did, and like I said, the one thing I'll disagree with you on is I wouldn't call it the old side. I call it the classic side. I mean, a lot of great hockey games have been played in this building, and it's got the old wooden roof, which is really kind of cool and curved. And I love doing hockey in this arena, and I hope the kids appreciate this building as they play in it here. And
Gilbert facing off with Fetzik. The penalty boxes are empty, which is kind of noteworthy based on the way that second period went. And Armstrong-Cooper controlling it to start it out here. Well, who will get that all-important next goal here? Although I'm not convinced that we're only going to see, necessarily one more goal or anything based on what we saw in the first two. We could still have a very eventful third. McDonough playing it down back toward that corner. Orioles up with it. And then tipped at center. And we've got a penalty coming up here against Armstrong-Cooper. Thrown out front, and now the penalty will be whistled. Thomas Barber is going to be whistled for this penalty. It's going to be a roughing call.
Well, Coach Charleston did not want to see that already right away in the first minute of the third period here, giving Osseo a golden opportunity.
It was kind of back behind the play as the puck came out. I glanced up to follow the puck up and didn't really see exactly what went on. I just know some Osseo fans near us were howling, and the official saw it. Here's Rooney up with it. Rooney throws it down the rink. So just 27 seconds into the period, Barber whistled for the penalty here. So Osseo back to the power play again, as we talked about in the intermission. They had a 5-on-3 late in the period, but were unable to score. Heiser carrying the puck here for Osseo. Puts it out front, but Trey Rooney intercepts that and is able to flick it down the ice.
You know, Trey Rooney's had a good game tonight, Jay. He's done some really nice things versus the last time we saw him against Spring Lake Park. I think he's finally coming into his own now.
Long bank pass. Almquist trying to get to it. Now takes a bump and sent around, but not out. And the second man in, though, takes it and throws it down the rink as Sweeney. Guys are not hesitating to take that extra little shot, too. So even though they want to stay out of the box, the competitiveness kind of takes over sometimes, too. If you get hit, you're going to hit back and maybe just twice as hard.
Boy, Osseo is just not running this power play very well at all.
Overskated. Max Johnson picks it up. He has 2 goals here tonight. Now across. Christofferson firing. It's off the mask of Odell, I think. He had no idea where the puck was for a moment. Now it comes out front again. Odell, a pad save there on Rapanek. Rapanek putting it out front, and that one will get not quite out of the zone. Nice hustle by Perna. Deflecting high in the air, and the Wings able to get control. Nice hands there by McDonough to throw it down. 10 to go in the power play for Osseo. Once again, the Wings doing a pretty good job fighting it off. And a near turnover there as Norgard just couldn't quite come up with it. Penalty time to Barber is over, so they've killed off another one. And a big collision there as Stager got into Clark. Battle for it along the wall and kept in, but then it's off a skate and pops back out. Perna will send it right back in here for Osseo. Max Johnson took a check. Sent around Stager, trying to chip it out, but couldn't. And now it banks back to the Osseo blue line, where they will look to set up as the Wings finish a change. Almquist carrying it ahead and throws it in. On the forecheck, Funfar trying to free it up. Now it gets by Adams. Almquist there for Osseo. And Almquist, good hands, took that one back. Comes back to him, and he shoots and just missed. Almquist trying to get control of it again. Brief moment of panic in front of the net for the Wings there, as all of a sudden Almquist was alone.
They're putting pressure on Armstrong's defense. Armstrong-Cooper's defense has really done well for the Orioles tonight. And boy, I tell you, Armstrong's got to wake up and get his eyes out of the way.
Oh, it just went off the heel of Gilbert's stick, as Barber had that in mind right when the puck came to him. Now Barber's shooting, and it'll go up out of play. It was deflected, so a face-off coming up in the Osseo end of the rink. Watch Almquist here, does a nice job keeping this. He had to knock it back down, but I think he might have been better off staying backhand there. He tried to bring it back to the forehand.
Yeah, really good point there. Don't get cutesy there. Just get it up in front. He missed it totally. You got to keep your eye on Armstrong-Cooper here. They will fly somebody behind you. It's usually Trey Rooney, but that time Corey Gilbert on that last play got behind the Osseo defense. They'll have to keep an eye on that for the rest of the night.
McDonough pinching in, throws it back down toward Trey Rooney. It hopped off his stick, though. Sweeney trying to chase it down. And flip back into the Osseo zone, and then the clearing try hit his teammate Fetzik in the noggin, maybe. No, maybe it was his arm. I don't know. It hurt him either way. Now here's a shot. That one was blocked. Good recovery there to help interrupt that rush, though, by McLeod. Now the pass ahead. Wow, it could have been a 2-on-0 there, but it got by, and it'll come right into Odell. Armstrong-Cooper really dodging a bullet right there.
Well, it'd been bobbled up so much right at the Osseo blue line. They kept turning around. The two forwards snuck out behind the defense of Armstrong-Cooper, and that came darn close, like you said, being a 2-on-0.
Boy, if Johnson had been able to catch that pass cleanly, either he or Christofferson would have had great scoring chance there. And just a near miss, and Armstrong-Cooper breathing a sigh of relief. In behind the net, Lyons sending it back the other way. Wings able to pop it free. Sweeney chips it into the Osseo zone. Under 12 to play now. Still a 3-3 hockey game. That was our score after 2 periods. Heiser back to control it. And off comes his glove. Now thrown at the net. And Lyons will come back. We've got a penalty coming up, though, against Osseo. As back in near the net, an interference call is forthcoming. And it's going to be Almquist getting the gate.
Now taking down Kirchhoff there down in front of the Osseo net. Let's see it just coming right here. Cross check, right down across the around his shoulders. That's a big loss for Osseo. Almquist is their defensive guy, so they'll miss him on this penalty kill.
And knocked loose back out to center. McDonough will come and get it.
Oh my.
And the net was off.
Oh. Boy, that interrupted a race to the puck. That was definitely dangerous now for Armstrong-Cooper.
I didn't really hear the whistle, but I just by the players, you know, okay, somebody must, you know, they heard it. They were slowing down. And Osseo wins the draw and quickly sends it all the way back out. McDonough swings it over right side now to Rooney. Rooney trying to stick handle around the D, couldn't get it done. Sweeney carries it in. Sweeney firing it high and over the net. Rooney first to it. Trying to leave it over there for Barber. Now Corey Gilbert will pick it up. Gilbert across to Rooney. Rooney back for Gilbert and swing and a miss. It hit his skate, and then he tried to one-time it but couldn't do it.
Nice setup, boy. I'll tell you what, Gilbert and Rooney really playing well together. Just missed on that one.
And jabbed away there. Nice play by Rudy Alexander. And he goes down and gets roughed up a little. McDonough's going to get a penalty there, and that was not one they needed, that's for sure.
You know, McDonough made a nice takedown there, and he had him down. He just let it go. The guy gave a little flinch, but then McDonough went right back at him with a stick on it. That's okay. You let go of a stick. Now, here's where he gets in trouble.
They're going to, looks like they're going to take Alexander also.
Okay. He caught that little grab on the leg. And the Osseo fans not happy about that.
So we stay with a Wings power play. Is it each team losing a player there? They'll both go for roughing at 6:19, and now the net has come off again. And we'll get a whistle and face-off coming up in the Osseo zone with 37 seconds to go on the power play here for Armstrong-Cooper.
Well, I think you've mentioned a couple times. This game has definitely got some intensity to it, you know, and the way they're skating, both teams playing really hard, doing the gritty, dirty work. We've seen some nice plays come out of this game, too, some skill plays that we've seen. It's been a good game to watch.
Off the draw, Gilbert up with it. Oh, and he tried to go high stick side and just missed it. Back down in the corner, Barber to Rooney. Rooney trying to get that puck back. Now circling off the wall here. Rooney will fire, and it's just wide. Barber the rebound right on net. And Linderholm the save, and then they hack away at it in there. And here's the time where you have to kind of hold your cool and get out of there, whether you're either team there, or you don't want to lose the power play if you're the Wings, and you don't want to give them another one if you're Osseo.
I see it coming off the backboard there. Thomas Barber jumping right on it, trying to get the rebound, and then Corey Gilbert taking a shot. But when the whistle blew, you saw how quickly they stopped. And that's the key. If they just use that discipline, you can still make your business in front of the net, but then stop when the whistle blows.
Off the draw, Orioles again a big win and sent down the rink by Perna. So that should eat up most of the remaining penalty time here. First penalty is over, so we're back to 5 aside as Almquist rejoins the play, or comes to the bench actually, but now back into the Orioles zone. Flipped in by Sweeney and controlled by Heiser for Osseo. Ooh, and he hits the linesman with the clearing attempt. And it might create a chance for Armstrong-Cooper, but nope, taken back by Heiser.
3-on-2.
Heiser up the left wing side, firing and missed the net. And then the rebound try thrown into Odell's pad. Here's another chance and a goal. Scott Bartholomew finds the net from long range, as Odell was giving up a lot of that far side, and Bartholomew has only played a few shifts here tonight, but he gets a huge goal. Might have possibly hit an Armstrong-Cooper player in front as well, but Bartholomew will get credit as it glanced. It looks like Odell hit his glove there. I'm not so sure it didn't change direction even before that, too.
I think it hit Lawson's glove, one of the defense in front. He put his head down real quick after he saw it go in, so a deflection by one of the Wings.
So Bartholomew, his second goal of the year, and as we said, he's skated a few shifts here and there, but a huge goal for him. Here comes Rooney trying to answer, hits the outside of the net. Funfar will get the assist at 7:56, so a 4-3 Osseo lead. Orioles gaining control here, and then Max Johnson flips it into the wing zone. Odell out there to stop it. Controlled now by Trey Rooney. Rooney will cut left with it. Trying to go around the D. Rooney to the net, and he slides into the side of the net.
Well, we can see this puck come out, comes out to front of Bartholomew, and gets definitely changed direction. Definitely. I think it did hit Lawson's glove and went in. God, defensemen just hate that, Jay, when it deflects off you for no good fault and goes in. Ugh.
Off the draw, Orioles control it. Heiser throwing it around. Boy, 3 guys not hesitating to jump the puck there. It's loose in front, and Heiser comes up with it. Now to Rapanek. He takes a check. Clearing attempt nearly hit somebody in the side of the head there, but got it out. Now the Wings looking to counterattack. Norgard. Norgard shooting, pad save. Well, you can tell they're not happy to be trailing it again here. Oh. They're coming hard.
They just took it up about 3 notches.
And the long breakout pass, and here's Rapanek, and he takes a check from McDonough. He tried to cut it back across. He could see he wasn't going to win that race just straight ahead. And you take a chance, and that time it didn't work out.
Well, I just like the way McDonough took him out. I mean, there was a no-brainer and no penalty. I mean, just took him out nice and clean.
Backhand pass to the front, hit the defenseman's stick as they had a little brief 2-on-1. And sent back out to center. Heiser stopping it there, and we got a whistle. Another penalty coming up right here. It's going to be a cross-check against Osseo, and it's going to be Bartholomew. Well, he was the hero for a moment. Now he's hoping that he's not the other side of the coin here.
Yeah, and he very well could be. It was not a very smart penalty. You got to just keep control of that stick, and a cross-check is fairly obvious. One of the easiest calls to make.
Comes with 9:48 gone in this period here, so a power play for the Wings and a big one. 7:12 remaining.
A minor penalty assessed for the Orioles, number 10. Scott Bartholomew, 2 minutes across the
Heiser banking that one high off the glass and out. McDonough was bracing for a hit there. And now the back in to help out is Rooney. Rooney couldn't get the puck in deep. Now McDonough.
Okay, Armstrong-Cooper, they got to calm this thing down. Make sure they get it in the zone, get it set up. Don't make any extra plays, just get it set up. Osseo, on the other hand, just don't get dumb, just get it out of the zone.
Tipped on out as Almquist got it to Otto and all the way down.
And if they keep doing that, it's going to cost them. They just need to get it out of the zone. Don't get cute. Don't try to set up a scoring play. You're up by a goal.
Across it comes to Rooney. Rooney to the front. And the D converged on him as Heiser got there to help out. And it takes a good bounce for Osseo up off the board there and out. 6:05 to go in the game here. Wings trying to get the power play set up. Up the left side, Adams. Adams getting it in deep into the corner there as he's chased around by Heiser. And now it'll come free to Stagger. Back out to the point. Here's a slap shot, and that one sailing wide off the stick of Gonrowski. Adams. They try to keep the puck in, but Otto is able to lift that one out. Not much time to go here. About 10 seconds remaining in the power play for the Wings. Are down by a goal. Sent into the corner. And that one will be sent all the way on out. Penalty time is now over, so Osseo has killed off a big one right there. McLeod, they tip it ahead, but this is going to be icing, it looks like, against Armstrong-Cooper. And we will come back into their zone with 4:59 remaining here, Dan. Kind of a nail-biter, both teams, both ways right now with this one-goal game.
Yeah, Coach, I'd have an itchy beard right now, too. We're coming down to the last 5 minutes here of the game, but it's been a good one. Both teams have played hard. There's been a lot of heart. There's been a lot of grit. There's been some nice, sweet plays. There's been some broken plays. It's just been a really nice all-around game all the way around.
Orioles win the draw. Slap shot goes wide. Lifted back out to center. Almquist able to knock that one down. Went there for Christofferson. And sent back into the Orioles zone here. Almquist back to play it. Sweeney turns and relays it around. Here's Rooney trying to find Gilbert. His pass was blocked by Almquist. And the Orioles come up with it. Christofferson floating it across to Alexander. Alexander into the zone. Christofferson trying to rake it free behind the net there. And now he does. Back up to the point. Here's Almquist. Back for Christofferson. And that one off the side of the net as he tried to center it. Good job, though, by Fetzik to win that puck back. Fetzik throwing it out front. Intercepted there by Lawson. Back to the Osseo zone. Christofferson going to catch the Wings in a change, but he misses the net on a slap shot. Now back the other way. That pass way off target, and it will be icing against Armstrong-Cooper here. 3:46 remaining.
Well, the Orioles, good idea beginning here. They were forechecking really well. They got it down low, and they got it down deep inside the zone. They kept it down there. But there's one of the things I don't like about you missing the net exactly. You just gave Armstrong-Cooper an easy breakout when Christofferson missed the net. It came right out. You don't do that. Get it on the net or get it down low and keep it down there. You got to protect a one-goal lead here with 3 minutes, 46 seconds left.
Puck loose in the circle, and spinning around was Max Johnson as the puck was in his feet. Now Barber up with it. Barber looking out front, and there, a skate save, and a beauty it was as Holscher had a chance. And then the centering pass broken up. Johnson. Max Johnson, there's a good play right there.
Nice play by Armstrong-Cooper. They're really going after it. Thomas Barber with a nice pass.
Henley coming up against the Wings as Johnson was hauled down And the trip will be called. They've been consistent on how they've called this game. Yes, it's late in the game, but a definite trip right here.
Oh, absolutely. And McDonough, too. Oh, that's going to hurt. He's still one of their better D. All right, the Osseo Orioles getting a bit of a gift here now. 2 minutes. Now, this is where strategies get a little bit different here now. Armstrong-Cooper, Jay, they still got him on an attack. Osseo, not so much. Control the puck. Run some time off. If you can get an opportunity because Armstrong's overreaching, take it. But don't be too aggressive and don't give him an opportunity. Make sure 2 guys are always back.
Osseo wins the draw. Almquist shot, and that one deflects into the corner.
Oh, boy.
Now they look weak side for Christofferson, and that one missed. Back out to Heiser. His pass tipped. Christofferson floating it out front, intercepted though. And now we're going to get a penalty against Osseo as Gilbert was knocked down. Rooney putting it out front. And here the whistle will sound and we'll get our Orioles penalty. It'll be a slash to even things up. It's going to be Alexander who goes.
And you got to keep control of yourself, young man. Oh, absolutely, that was a penalty. I don't know what you're yipping at. And then down low, they started a little talking back and forth. Be disciplined here.
So you're right. When the night ends or the season ends, you're not going to say, well, we gave up a power play goal because I couldn't hold my cool, but I won the argument in the corner. I won the little pushing match, you know, right?
Yep.
Easier said than done, though, no doubt. Tempers.
Well, you got to remember, a lot of adrenaline flowing here in this game, and it's sometimes tough to keep control of it.
So we go to 4-on-4 here, a key stretch. Obviously, we're very late in the game, a 1-goal game, 2:25 to play. Spun back the other way toward Bronson McLeod, but Osseo able to come up with it, and Christofferson passing it back. Almquist to have to regroup here, but not necessarily a bad thing when you're the team with the lead.
Yep.
It's smarter to do that than cough it up.
You rag, you make sure 2 to 3 guys are back all the time, and you get quick changes. Don't get tired.
Ahead to Rooney, avoids a check. Rooney to the front, shooting, and it's blocked by Heiser. Now the Orioles able to get it out ahead for Almquist. Almquist slams on the brakes and just puts it in deep. Under 1:40 to go in the hockey game. We're still 4 skaters aside for another 20 seconds. Then the Wings will have a brief power play. Controlled by Perna in the corner. He's just looking to kill some time here and doing a pretty good job of it. Now it comes out of there, but lost at center and then knocked back into the Orioles zone. Heiser to play it. Wings back to full strength. We'll see if they'll also be looking to pull their goaltender soon. Controlled by Johnson into the zone here. Under a minute to play in the game. McDonough controlling it for the Wings. To the bench goes Odell. Out front, oh, and they couldn't get a shot. Now Rooney off the bench. Penalty about to expire. Right now, 6-on-4 advantage with the goalie pulled. Osseo back to full strength. Armstrong-Cooper trying to get a last rush going here. 35 seconds to go. Osseo has an empty net to shoot at, but they don't want to ice the puck either. It gets by Johnson. Can he get to it? He scores! Max Johnson with the hat trick, and the Orioles look like they're going to win it.
Well, kind of fitting. Max Johnson got it. He's played very, very well tonight. Done some wonderful things for the Orioles, and he finally puts this thing in the bag, gets it away. Great pass up front, getting a look at it, and made sure it rang true. Johnson keeps going after it real hard and just putting it away, dropping it in the net. A hard-fought game. I mean, this was not a 2-goal differential game, Jay, as the scoreboard will show you, but good effort by both teams. A lot of heart, a lot of grit. This will bring the Orioles records of 4-1 in the conference and 1 game behind the Spring Lake Park Panthers.
And we've we've got a whistle and a penalty coming up here. And it's going to be against Osseo. That will be Jake Snyder, who will go for an elbowing minor here late in the contest. So 5-3 Orioles lead. Under 10 seconds to play here, and they'll battle for it. So a power play late here for Armstrong-Cooper. And they have elected not to have Odell out of the net, though, at this point. Only 5 seconds remaining. Off the draw, puck comes free, and the time's going to tick down, and that will do it. As Osseo picks up the victory here, 5-3. A good road win for the Orioles, Dan, and like you said a couple times tonight, good hockey game.
Really good hockey game, back and forth. Nobody was really pulling away throughout the whole thing. Some of it depended on mistakes. Some of it made a difference with just good, solid play. We got a little bit of everything in this game, and I don't think both coaches will be disappointed, with the exception of obviously you don't want to lose. But both teams played very well. A lot of good heart on all the lines. Everybody worked very hard tonight. So just an enjoyable game to watch. The Orioles improved to 4-1 in the conference. Armstrong-Cooper goes to 1-3-1, but fighting back, they're playing way better than they did earlier on in the season.
We will come back to wrap things up here from New Hope in just a moment. 5-3 Osseo, our final score here tonight.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Good hockey game here tonight. Osseo pulls it out 5-3. Let's go down to Lindsay now with a couple of happy Orioles.
Very happy Orioles down here. What a hockey game tonight, and they came out on the winning side. Sophomore Max Johnson with the game winner, putting it away tonight in a hat trick for you. What were your thoughts on the ice tonight?
You know, just going out hard, grinding it out. I've been in a slump lately, so, you know, just grind it out.
First period, you guys ended in a 1-1 tie, and then you came out in the second period, and you didn't really get a chance to celebrate too much, because every time you seemed to get ahead or get a little bit of momentum, Armstrong-Cooper came back. What were some of your thoughts after that second period?
You know, just got to keep firing back. You can't give up. It's hockey.
It's hockey. A 4-1 conference record for you guys right now. What are you looking forward to this season?
You know, just keeping the record up, going to state, you know.
Going to state. I think that's what every Oriole fan here wants tonight. John Ravanack, a senior. Let's go back to that first period. You guys lost Hatala. And what was that like for you as a senior?
That's a huge loss. He's a big player right now. He's a captain. I don't know, you just got to keep fighting through it.
Good news, though, Mason Hatala putting some weight on that foot tonight. But go back to that third period. You guys tied 3-3 coming in there, and you get the go-ahead fourth goal. What was that like the last couple of minutes just trying to hold off the Wings?
I don't know, it was a battle. Just got to keep fighting and going hard down the corners.
Well, we know what Max Johnson's goal is, heading to state. Do you have anything else you'd like to send out to the Oriole faithful watching at home?
Just win the section and go to state. Be great.
Some big goals here from the Orioles tonight. No doubt a big win for them. They take a huge 5-3 win over the Armstrong-Cooper Wings here tonight at the New Hope Ice Arena.
Thank you very much, Lindsay. Congratulations to Osseo, and good battle here from the Wings as well here tonight. We hope you've enjoyed this one here from New Hope. For Dan Ficken, Lindsay Gensel, and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Once again, your final score here is Osseo 5, Armstrong-Cooper 3.